and he just kept coming at me, and I'm like, okay. And he said something about like being former military and this, that, the other thing. I was like, okay, I'll back off because this is way at the beginning of all of it. I was like, okay, he's former military. I don't know what the hell he's seen, what he's been through. And I'm like, look, man, I respect you for being in the military. Thank you for your service. And let's just leave it at that. I'm sorry if there's been a falling out here or a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And it was like left it at that. And then sure enough, the next day he showed up and just started shitting on me again. I'm like, all right, this guy clearly just has a hate boner for anyone that opposes anyone on his side. He is the definition of someone who is terminally online. Like
it's more so targeted at Alyssa though. Like if you go against Alyssa, he loses it. Like if you go against anybody else, it's kind of like he gets mad, but it's not,
you're right. You're so right. I'm like, dude, this guy, anytime, and I haven't blocked at this point because I'm like, I just can't deal with him. But like, people share screenshots of everything he says all the time, and I'm like, this guy's just always online in every conversation. Always. It's like impressive. It's a full-time job. Thing is, he said this isn't his job, by the way. He's like, this isn't my full-time job. I'm like, how?
Yeah, okay. The thing is, he is a nobody, right? So like, his followers are heavily bought. You can tell because his engagement is pathetic, bro. I will get almost as much likes in a reply to one of his posts as he does on his post.
Oh my god, constantly.
Which is like, how are your own fans liking my comment to you? Like that just doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. So yeah, Johnny Boys definitely is a nobody. It's bought and paid for followers. His YouTube streams get like 4 viewers concurrent.
Oh my god, really? I've never actually watched.
No, yeah, I got blocked by that official podcast, whatever the hell that means. I don't know how official you are with 4 viewers, but again, I'm not hating on anybody with 4 viewers because we all started somewhere. I remember when I had a couple of viewers, but you know what? Fuck this guy because he wants to pretend as if he's some like voice.
Exactly. It's different with him because with someone with 4 viewers, they could be a new channel starting out, and it's like go go go. I'm like, this guy has 10,000 Twitter followers.
Right.
How's he have 4 viewers? There's something off there.
Yep. And his YouTube channel has a couple of thousand subscribers, I think. It's nothing crazy, but he barely gets any interaction, any viewership. And he's got 3 other guys that he streams with. Every single one of them looks exactly like the people that he says he hates. He likes to attack people for being fat or betas or whatever. Meanwhile, he's literally streaming with those exact people. Oh, and here's the funniest thing. Wait. Oh, I forgot about this. I never reported on this. I'm so stupid. I think I have it on my computer somewhere. I got to find it. I took a screenshot. He was streaming, right, with 3 other people, these guys all together. Guess what one of them were? Okay, now keep in mind, he calls me a coward for not showing my face, right? Guess what one of these people were?
Were they one of those vid streamer? What do you call it? Comic streamers? Like
one of them was a VTuber.
A VTuber? That's the word.
He was streaming with a VTuber.
Wow.
The same people he's trying to call cowards, he was streaming with a VTuber. I'm like, this shit don't make no sense. What are you like? How are you this hypocritical? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no way.
How do you have 10,000 plus Twitter followers and only 2,000 YouTuber subscribers? How does that?
Because it's a lot easier to buy and pay for followers on Twitter than it is on YouTube.
Especially if you have 10,000 followers, you think you'd get more interaction. So there's something. Yeah. Maybe he didn't buy him. Maybe people subscribe to him just for the pure comedy to laugh at him because he is pretty funny if you take the perspective of laughing at him.
Yeah, it could be that. I mean, ironically, it's weird. A lot of people do actually follow accounts that they plan to use for content, which is right. I've never been that way. I've never had to because ironically, like, all it takes for me is to interact with their posts once or twice, and they magically show up on my feed every time after. I don't know why, but that's just a thing. But whatever. It's it's
well for me. It's the same thing, but a little bit of a wrinkle to it. Like I don't follow them, but people are always sharing DMs to me of, dude, check out what this guy just said.
What was that?
People are always sharing DM like screenshots to me, like, look what this guy just said, and I'm like, oh god.
Where'd you send it?
You talking to me? What?
Yeah.
No, I said, look what I'm just saying. People share with me.
Oh, in general. Oh, I got you.
In
They
general,
share
people
with you.
share
Okay,
with me, and
I
they're
got
saying,
you.
"Look what this guy said."
Oh,
And
the
I'm
same
like,
thing with me
oh,
too. People send me a listener Conte stuff, and most of the time I don't even make videos about it. But it has to be like really egregious for me
oh,
to
same here, same here. Yeah,
make a video about it.
I see everything. I feel like I'm in the Matrix when I'm on Twitter. I'm like, I see it all. But I'm like,
She
just
doesn't
like you.
realize that I
Yep.
can make, and I'm sure you feel the same way. I can make so many more videos about her than I actually
Oh
do.
yeah.
I just choose not to. I only talk about the actual legit shit. Look at this. Look at this shit, bro. Hold on. I found it. I found it. Homie is fucking streaming with a mouse. Okay. You want to talk about cuckery and all this other shit and cowardice? Homie is streaming with 2 beta males and a fucking mouse. Okay. This is a stream from a month ago. Almost 1,000 subscribers on this channel. 29 views total. Most of them are probably hate watches. And why, with 29 views, you have the comments turned off? There is just no way. There is no way. And then you all got pronouns on the side of your... My God, bro. There is no way that you are going to talk to me about manliness and what it means to be, I don't know, a real man or whatever the fuck. Like, there's no way you're gonna talk to me about that when you are streaming with 2 beta ass dudes and a fucking mouse, bro. You're gonna be mad about VTubers and whatnot. I'm a live action VTuber at the end of the day. Like, I still go live. I still give you the same real life mannerisms as I would without the mask. You're streaming with a mouse, bro. A mouse. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Hypnotic, I know I already asked you a question about the white people thing. But in addition to that question, I want to pose another one to you. Have you ever seen someone that's been infected with the mind virus ever get cured and turn heel? Have you ever seen it?
Yeah. A couple times.
Really? Because I don't think I have.
Yeah. Gothics is probably the most famous example of that.
Oh yeah, Gothics. Good point. I forgot
like
about
she's probably one of the most only like documented versions of that, where
Great point.
you see the transition between, you know, leftist to centrist, probably center right now or whatever. Melanie Mack's probably another example, but people tend to forget about Melanie Mack because she's so extreme now that people think she was always like that, and she wasn't.
It's just putting yourself in that position where you're just entrenched with this groupthink, and to break out of that is impressive, because you really have to be like, no, you know, like that's so hard. And then, you know, these people, it's a cult. So as soon as you turn heel, they are out to get you. Yeah. So it's almost like that scares people from turning heel.
Yeah, no, you are 100% right. It's not easy. And, you know, this is why, like, I tell people all the time, like, there are people in the mainstream gaming industry that absolutely do not subscribe to this shit. They are out there. They might be a little silent. They might be fighting back in their own weird ways. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the people who leak shit from the mainstream gaming industry are people that want to speak out, but they're too scared to speak out. So their way of fighting back is to leak stuff that the wokies don't want you to know about. That's basically it. So they're out there, and they definitely want to do more. But it's hard. It is hard to potentially give up your career, to give up essentially all your friends, because they're all going to, you know, if most of your friends are in your work life, you're going to be sacrificing them to you know, to speak out. You're going to be sacrificing them to break away from the hive mind. And it is a thing. Like, hive mind is a thing. That's why cities are so like, big cities are almost all usually Democrat cities, because once that mindset seeps in, you know, hive mind think is a real thing, and it starts to affect people. And it's usually, you know, clustered areas. That's normally how it goes. Because if you look at certain states, not to get too political, but if you look at certain states like New York, for example, you know, the 5 boroughs, with the exception of Staten Island, were all Democrat, right? But all of Long Island and all of upstate, for the most part, was red, with the exception of upstate Syracuse and Albany, I think, were the 2 that were blue. So, like, basically the city areas were blue, and everything else was red. Hive mind think is a real thing, man. And now you have Kotaku, right? So let's talk about Kotaku really quick, and I'll get to your question. Kotaku, think of it this way. You're working in a place, right, where they claim to be all about diversity. That's their mantra. That's their most important thing: diversity, diversity, diversity. But then, as you start to talk to people who might look differently than you, right? That there's definitely that. You have all kinds of creatures there. You start talking to them, and you realize, oh, wait a second, they just all think like me. And we're all on the same page.
Yep.
Everybody thinks like me. Everybody talks like me.
That's a
Everybody
great
acts
point.
like
You
me.
just touched on something right there.